So they had gone to Swargalok and they had dethroned Indra. When whatever yagyas the people were doing, all the power was going now to the Asuras. So they demanded that they do yagyas for them. The community that stays with manners is the ones who will share the limited resources during Gur Kalyug, and they'll be able to override it. They'll be able to survive.
Everyone has been to Himalayas. Everyone
Himalayas
is
is a
like you.
tapasthal. It is a tapasthal. A lot of rishis are meditating. They produce heat, and that heat can be sustained only in Himalayas.
I really wanted to understand the importance of Durga Saptashati. And to start with, where did it even come from? Who has written this text?
Durga Saptashati's main significance is that it connects you to the divine feminine power, which we call Shakti, and tells you what is her power. How does she do things? What is her attitude, her approach? And it encourages you to bring that same attitude and approach in your work.
Namaskar everyone, welcome to the EST show. Today we are honored to have Guru Pashupati ji with us, who resides in Mysuru and is the founder of Chamundi Gurukulam. He belongs to the Trilok Akhada and his Guruji is none other than Sri Maha Avatar Babaji. Honored to have a conversation with him today on Durga Saptashati. So let's go ahead and dig down this topic a little more deeper. If you really believe in spirituality, I literally request all of you to watch this episode completely. इसमें गुरुजी दुर्गा सप्तशती के बारे में जानकारी देंगे और I think ये आपकी साधना में आपको बहुत हेल्प करने वाला है. Let's understand how this helps us and how this is actually going to increase and help you all in your sadhana. तो इस एपिसोड को पूरा देखें. I'm sure it's going to be very informative.
Namaskar, Guru Pashupati ji, and welcome to the EST show. It's an honor, and really, I am overwhelmed to see you here right in front of me. And to start this conversation, salutations to Devi and salutations to you. So how has your day been so far?
Very good, very good. It's been a great day. I've had a lot of traveling, but now I'm good.
Great. So I've been watching you so much, and your all conversations on Devi that you speak, they're spellbounding, actually, I must say that, and something that actually gets the people to go ahead and do it, because they're so much activity based, and they'll actually tell you the trick. Should I call it a trick or magic? I don't know what word to use for it, but yes,
It's
you
just
give
the
the right
techniques.
solution. These are the techniques,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, Guruji, though I have seen a lot of your videos, but for myself and for my viewers, I really wanted to understand the importance of Durga Saptashati. And to start with, where did it even come from? Who has written this text? How did it come into existence? And what part it plays in our life?
I think Vyas wrote this text because it's part of Brahmanda Puran, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, the information about it is swimming in my head because there are so many Purans. But it is out of one of the Purans, which the author is Vyas, Ved Vyas. We can say that Ved Vyas was the influencer of the of the early Kalyug, where his work he created in his Gurukulam. He created so many rishis who were able to teach what he was teaching, which means like all the knowledge that he received, his karma and his destiny was to put together all the knowledge of the gods for us in Kalyug, because earlier people would remember all this, and till the Kalyug came, these texts were not written. So Durga Saptashati's main significance is that it connects you to the divine feminine power, which we call Shakti, and tells you what is her power. How does she do things? What is her attitude, her approach? And it encourages you to bring that same attitude and approach in your work, in your life here, how to deal with your karmas, how to deal with the asuras in your life. Okay. She was actually attacked for being beautiful. So it tells us that in this world, if something is very beautiful, it will be attacked. And so it has to be powerful as well. And it's not enough to have fragile beauty, but you want robust beauty. So that's what it's all about.
That's interesting. So what I'm hearing is it says that if it's beauty, then by default is the nature of humans, and it's a natural phenomenon that it will get attacked, and your responsibility becomes to protect it in whatever way you
Yep,
can,
yep,
in the most
yep, that's right.
honorable and the robust way.
And by beauty, I also mean things like culture, manners, having sabhyata, having dharma, doing the right thing. So when people decide to do the right thing, there's a lot of opposition, and that is what Devi is showing by her example. And she was just there, and she was the mother of the universe, and including the asuras, she was also responsible for their birth. But they kind of lusted after her, this Shumb and Nishumb. Um, so it was Shumb actually who wanted to marry her. Then he gave an offer to her, like, well, will you marry me? And then she said, no, I'm not interested. And and then he said, we are going to take you by. He sent his generals over there to compromise her, and she sent a message saying, listen, if you can defeat me in battle, I'll marry you. And then he sent his generals over there, like two guys. I forgot their name. These two guys came there, and she just incinerated them with her her fire, which came from a third eye. She just burnt them up, and then one after the other, the asurs started coming because their ego was hurt. They didn't realize this is a superior being and we shouldn't go after her. So they wanted to conquer her. And then she finished all of them. And at that point, they had terrorized the three worlds, like the nether world, which is, all the talas like patala. There are lower worlds. There are 7 lower worlds and 7 higher worlds. Earth is one of the higher worlds, but it's on the border. It's like a borderline district between heaven and hell.
Okay. So
So
from here, either
these
we go
guys
up
had,
or down.
yeah. So they had gone to Swarglok, and they had dethroned Indra. And when whatever yagyas the people were doing, all the power was going now to the asuras. So they demanded that they do yagyas for them, and they were getting more and more powerful. So they started oppressing people. They demanded that nobody worship God; they should only worship them. So the people prayed to Devi. They said, Devi, come on, like we can't handle this. Can you please uh, come and do something? And she came. She said, don't worry, the situations will happen where I'll come. And it happened like that. Suddenly they got a report of this very beautiful lady staying in the mountains, which is Devi Parvati, and they wanted to go after her. They wanted to own her. She also showed that women cannot be owned. They have to be with you, and they're faithful to. She is only faithful to Shiva, and so she said, "You can't own me. I'm faithful to Shiva because I admire him. I respect him. I don't respect you. I won't come after you." So it's a lesson also for the people. It's a lesson in consent for people when they read it. But I don't think people are getting all these lessons when they read it. They're just reading it. You know why? Because they want Devi to solve their problem in their life
Yes, right. So
instead of
that's
using their power.
correct.
They don't ask Devi, make me powerful enough to solve my problem. They say, solve my problem for me. Like
Yeah,
change
that
my
was my
nappies.
next question, Guruji. Yes, so Durga Saptashati part, everyone talks about it. So what this part basically means and what is the intention that we need to hold in mind when we do
Okay,
this
let's
part?
break it down.
Yeah,
Sapta Shati means 700. So
700.
there are 700 verses, and it has something called a Phala Shruti. In the Phala Shruti, it says that everything of yours will be taken care of if you read this. But it's not only if you read it. So when you say part, it's not just reading it. It's you'll have to dream it. You'll have to be there. You have to be there in your dream state and see all these events happening. And then certain feelings will arise in you. Feelings of safety, feelings of knowing that you're always protected, feelings of fearlessness. This will arise in you. If it's not come like that, then, for feelings of power, you'll be like, I'm not giving up. I'm going to find out a way to do this. And you'll go and do it. So that's the goal. So unless you learn these things from a guru, you'll not really know what you're chanting. People just
Yes.
chant it, and some of them know the meaning also of what they're chanting. But that's the literal meaning. A lot of it has subtle references to um, subtle places in your body, which are all secret. And you can only learn it from a guru. Siddha Guru can teach you this. Otherwise, you can't learn it. I haven't started teaching it because it's so voluminous, but I have taught people Mahishasur Mardini Stotra. For the first time in 5,000 years, its meaning has been explained. And
Wow.
nobody even knew the meaning. All the translations online is very difficult Sanskrit. But we sat and we cracked it, and that only took so much time. We had to make 5 episodes. Saptashati, we'll have to make at least 20 episodes, I think. It's that long.
Sure, sir. I am all game for 20 episodes if you're ready to
Yeah,
give the
but
gyan out. I think it
yeah,
is
I mean,
much
I
needed.
also want to know to whom I'm giving this gyan out, because it's I can't put it on YouTube because a lot of it is
Absolutely.
how to destroy your enemy wala gyan.
Ah,
So we can't put it on public. I need to know the person.
for a general person, okay, so if a normal person who's not going to a guru or but wants to do the Durga Saptashati part, so what's the minimalistic way? Because I'm sure not everyone would understand those 700 verses. So in a homely
Hmm.
situation, and still you want to go ahead, so what's the easiest path in today's generation? At least the person who can at least follow to start with that.
Okay, so Sanskrit is made up of the Ashtamadrikas, the 8 divine mothers who make up the sounds of Sanskrit. And you know, the Sanskrit is a very scientific language. It's designed according to how your tongue touches different areas of your mouth, or how your lips form. Like the whole set of p, p, b, bh, m. You bring your lips together and you do this tick, tick, tick with your lips like a
Yeah,
fish.
right.
So when you say ya, ra, la, va, sha, it's a different. You open your mouth and say it. So these are all mudras you make with your mouth. So just reading Sanskrit, you will make mudras with your mouth and you'll awaken subtle energies inside you. So there's
Wow.
no problem. It's not like you need a guru to read it. If you're fluent with Sanskrit and you're able to pronounce it well, then please go ahead and read it. There's nothing wrong with that. That will also awaken some subtle energies, and who knows, because of those energies, you'll find a guru. If you really
That's very
want it, Devi
interesting.
will come to you. I
Very
have started a
interesting.
program called Devi Sparsha so that people can feel the touch of Devi. The most obvious Devi is the Devi of the Shakti of the sun, Savitri Devi. So, the sun, of course, has heat, but it gets its compassion to grow life on this planet because of Savitri Devi, or Gayatri Devi, as we call her. She brings all the 5 elements into the earth. So that I've taught that, that's a simple place to start. Durga Saptashati is a little advanced, and I think you should already have Devi's Sparsha. You should have Devi's touch on your head. You should have a hand on your head. And then you can
Wow.
learn anything. All her
Okay.
secret knowledge gets unlocked. It doesn't even stop here. These are just a few popular things people know because they're easy to read. But there are so many tantras, like Shakti Sangam Tantra, which has a lot of secrets. And then within the tantras, there is the Siddha Kunjika Stotra, and nobody knows what it means. They have no idea. This
Right.
I've taught to some of my selected students, and they've become literally goddesses. If they think about something, it'll happen. It's like that. So now they have to be careful how they think, so that they get disciplined. They can't have negative feelings.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, just listening to this, I think it feels powerful. I feel that Shakti. I mean, even talking about this. So just wanted to understand. So reading is fine. I've also heard that there's a particular way to read Durga Saptashati. I mean, just talking about Navratras because it's round the corner. That on day one you have to read this chapter, and day two. Is there a certain method to it? I mean, just for the
I mean,
easier,
earlier
and why is
people
it
had
necessary?
time, so they would sit and read the whole thing, and people would even read the whole Devi Bhagavatam. But now who has time? So they just meet in the evening after office. They don't have time. So then that's why they're doing this chapter by chapter business. But you're supposed to sit and read the whole thing. It's 700 verses, not that long also. If you sit and read it fully, it should take you less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours. And so you should go ahead. The ideal way is to sit at one stance and complete it and read it completely.
Correct. But people get distracted within 15 minutes. So then, I think when you sit for a spiritual practice, first of all, this kind of thing, it's called Parayan. If you sit for these kind of readings, then you should be vegetarian. You need to have a very tamasic nature that you can sit in one place quietly without getting excited or having your senses excited. But if you eat a non-vegetarian diet, of course your senses will become excited and you can't sit. Only the Siddhas can eat non-veg and still do this because they have practice of sitting. So for years I was just sitting in a cave in the mountains, like years, just sitting, like nothing to do. Only chanting, only reading the Puranas, only reading. That's it, nothing else. When the sun sets, even I set. Then before the sun rises, I'll rise, light a lamp, and start reading again.
Wow.
So you had to follow. At that time, I was eating only once, and some days I was not eating also. And that's how you have to practice. That's how you have to intensely practice. So for a grihast, for someone who has to go to work and has a family and all that, they can practice. They can just read it. It's okay. They'll have less concentration. They won't be able to finish everything at once. They'll get tired after some time.
But it's very
Endurance
interesting,
is
like you
not there.
said, that even if you're reading the Sanskrit syllables pronounced in a certain way will activate your points that eventually you will be guided. If you're interested, you'll be guided to the right path to pursue it further. I think that is very interesting. So I think
That's
that's
right.
what.
And the secret of the Durga Saptashati is like it's like a weapon.
Oh,
If you
weapon.
keep reading it, your body gets weaponized. That means if you got some court case going against you, it'll just go. Like
Oh,
that's the feminine power, right? The male power has to go and deal with it with some physical action. But the feminine power is that she can deal with it without any action. Just by thought, she can arrange things in the world. So
this is
it's a good
interesting.
practice for both men and women to develop this kind of soft power. The
Okay.
feminine power is not like to go and like even in yeah, definitely Kali went and ripped apart everyone and drank their blood. But it's more of an intention thing. It's not like for a man to have that much power, he'll have to train so much. Like I was wrestling today morning with one of my students and one of my senior students of wrestling, and it's difficult. She's not even 50 kilos. I am around 70 kilos, but she gave me a really good fight. She almost defeated me. The only reason she couldn't defeat me is she didn't know the technique. I hadn't taught her yet. But in terms of getting the position to execute the technique, she was perfect. How did this happen? It's because of not actually because of what she's done on the wrestling mat. She's not spent that many hours as me. And she doesn't deserve to be able to have got that position. But she deserves it. You know why? Because of her faith in Devi, because of her female body, she was able to get that energy down. So something was flowing in her. I couldn't lift her. She was only less than 50 kilos. I can lift 100 kilos with my hand. I wasn't able to lift her. When she
Wow.
got, she pinned me down to the floor and she got on top and she was holding. I couldn't lift her
Ah.
because of all these mantras, practice of the mantras. She's just
I'm
holding
still
with her
trying to
intention.
understand that with mantras you can generate so much power. You said a very
Yeah, so
interesting word,
everything doesn't
soft
need
power.
muscles, no? Everything, yeah,
Ah.
everything is not muscles, right? Look at gravity. Where's the muscles in gravity? It's totally wireless.
Right,
Where is
right.
that? So look
Interesting.
at light, for example. Light also doesn't have a physical existence. Whereas mechanical power of a car has a physical, it's a petrol is burning and da 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 da. Okay, we can have a physical molecular expression for it, but some power is non-molecular. Molecular power is male power. Non-molecular power is female power. So the energy
So what I
fields and
understand that you
radiant
feel
energy.
it, hmm,
Hmm.
radiate and it flows, probably.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
like we talk about
They flow
electricity.
in the body. The body conducts electricity. Yes.
Yes. So
So
it's
because of the
like,
electricity flowing through.
I don't know, I mean, maybe if I would have to give an analogy, then you can have a fan, you can have a light, you can have so many things, but they're useless if you don't have that electricity, the light flowing through it. It's just an object lying over there. I
That's
don't know
right.
how
That's right.
accurate it is.
Like, for example, you have a saw, which you have to do with your hand, or you can take an electric saw and connect it to the electricity. So this invisible electricity is cutting a tree now. From where?
Right.
Or
Invisible
it's
electricity.
it's, it's something like that. You can have, like, even now how we're talking. We're not in the same city also, but it is energy that is flowing to you, and it's whatever I'm saying is being converted to energy and sent to you, and you can hear it almost immediately. That's the feminine power. It is far more powerful than the male power. I would say that the molecular power is more primitive, but the radiant power or the energetic power, the wave power, which flows and also is like a field, that one is more powerful than the molecular power. It's like a womb. So everything is surrounded by energy. Everything is surrounded by an energy field. It can only exist and come to life in an energy field. Your body has taken the shape which is allowed by the energy field that surrounds you. And everything that is existing physically, like these statues behind me, have taken that shape because of the energy surrounding them.
So are we saying those
So,
statues or the non-living things also,
like,
we're saying they
what is to
do have
prevent? What is
energies?
to prevent? No, my question is, what is to prevent the molecules of them from flying away? Why the molecules of the statue behind me? I have Kali's statue behind me. Why it's not flying away? The molecule. Something is holding it.
Something is
That's a
holding it.
feminine power. That's the field that's holding it together.
Very interesting. In physics, we'll call it a particular bond or a chemical bond. In chemistry, that
Yeah, this
creates
call
that
it strong and weak
composition.
nuclear force.
Yeah.
See, there are four energies, basic fundamental energies. There is electromagnetism, there is gravitation, there's strong and weak nuclear force. That's it. Four energies. They're all feminine. Every other force is mechanical,
So
molecular.
basically, we are saying one is that it's tool, and if I understand is so that
Sthul
when
and
you said
Sukshma. Yeah.
tool or constant, so probably that's Shiva and something that is flowing because for that because of that flow only everything is created possibly, right? Otherwise,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
it's everything is just lying over
They,
there. The
they
table
say
is there, the
in
sofa is there.
Tantra, they say that Shiva without Shakti is Shava.
Yes, that's a statement.
The E in Shiva, E, that's Devi's mantra.
E is equal to MC square, the famous formula.
No, but the Hindi E, the Sanskrit
E.
E,
Okay.
that is one of the powerful mantras of Devi. Just E, that's Devi's mantra.
Okay, so that's why it's like Devi. So
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it
yeah. You'll
relate to
find
that?
the E everywhere. Ishwari, Kamakshi,
Oh,
Kali. You'll find the
okay.
E everywhere. So the E in Shiva is Devi.
Very interesting. This is something I'm hearing for the first time. I never noticed E like that.
E is
So
the
this,
first mantra of Devi. When the in the Akshara, the Sanskrit Aksharavali, we start with A, E. This is the first appearance of Devi. A is just Shiva, and then after that is Devi. U and everything is Devi after that.
beautiful. So, Guruji, I also want to understand that what does Trilok Akhada stand for, and how are we embracing this rise of energy, and how are we enabling people to, not just understand it, to embrace it completely and empower the generation?
See, Trilok has many meanings. Uh, One is, we have a Bhu Mandala, Bhur Bhuva Swa. So we have earth, and then we have sky, and then we have heaven. This is forming something called Bhumandala. And the Triloka Khada beings are there in the earth, in the sky, and even in the heavens, which means outer space, Antriksh. So there are beings there. We think that the whole universe is empty and we are the only life on earth, on the whole entire universe. It's not true. Life has sprung up in wherever there's a star, life has sprung up around it. So there are beings everywhere. So Triloka Khada is like a Brahmand level or a universe level confederation of Siddhas. all the conscious beings across the universe
Wow.
have siddhas,
So
not only
all the
human beings.
all right, all right. That's so it's like probably beyond us and something that we cannot see. Like probably a dog and a cat can see
No,
in
we
night,
call them
but we cannot.
aliens. We
We
call we call them aliens, but they're
we
not
might be aliens for
aliens.
someone else.
Correct. So it's there's a network of siddhas. Let's put it this way. There's a network of siddha which controls the fate of humanity itself, and they do it allowing evil to flourish. And when it's really gotten to a very deep level, they come in and they help. So we are working with Vishnu. Vishnu made a promise that whenever there is adharma in the world, I will come. There's enough adharma in the world, so now the siddhas are coming back. They
Wow.
create the place, and where Vishnu has to be born. Also, there is that place is it's called Shambhala, where Kalki is supposed to be born. That's where my guru lives, Mahatar Babaji.
Amazing.
So yeah, right now it's not. It's quite dry because there's long time for him to come. But siddhas are being trained even now. There are siddhas who are crores of years old.
And they exist
Hmm.
and they're still there. And
Yeah,
probably
it's
we
called the
cannot see it
golden
with the
body or
layers.
the rainbow body or the light body. Uh,
Like Mahavtar
we call,
Babaji.
the body changes into energy, doesn't have molecules anymore.
And it's at their will, and then they can take a form.
With the grace of the gurus only it happens. With Agastya's grace, Babaji could get that body. With Babaji's grace, even I could get that body when I was with him. But my karmas are here to come back to earth and to be with society. So I'm back here.
Okay, very interesting, Guruji, that you just told now, and the very interesting and topic karma that always everyone wants to know about. So what I understand basically is that obviously we are creating our every action right now creates our next step in the future. But in the next step future also, I'm going to do something. It's going to be act. I'll again do a karma, which will have reciprocation. So how to come out of this cycle? When does it even end?
You learn to ride it. It's a game. You learn how to ride on top of the wave. So the waves of karma ripening today. They're called prarabdha karma. It's already started today. We had a karma to meet and talk. It's going on. Now, I'm not suffering because of this karma. I'm rather enjoying making a podcast with you, and I hope you're enjoying it too. And
Absolutely.
then, so we are now enjoying our karma. So you can either enjoy your karma, or you can sit and now if the power goes or something, that's a karma. And if this podcast gets cut short, that's also karma. Then we don't enjoy it. So we have decided which karma to enjoy and which karma to not enjoy based on what we see in Bollywood and what we are trained to do from childhood by society. And it's the wrong kind of training because these are not spiritual people who exist anymore. The ones training children are not spiritual anymore. Earlier, spiritual people used to train children, but that's not going on right now. They've
Right.
removed God from the syllabus.
Interesting thing you said. They removed God from the subject. So God is not a subject that is being taught in school.
Not at
Wow,
all.
that's
Nobody knows
interesting.
this subject.
Yes, yes. So we also studied in the same pattern. Our parents, I think that's, I don't know when it started, this colonial culture and the syllabus came in.
Started with the baby boomers, that generation, before Gen Y, my
Before
parents'
Gen
generation.
Y. Yes, yes, our parents. And it's just that probably we didn't have so much technology then. So after school, we were more with people in physical connect. Our generation, our kids are suffering with, lot many things going on.
Don't understand why they should go to a temple, or they don't know what to do when they go there. They have no idea.
Right.
They don't even know why
So
the temple is there. And a lot of temples are running out of funds because people are not really visiting it. So there are many temples closing down.
sad to hear that, and I hope this revives. So, Guruji, like you just talked about how this generation is going and kids not knowing about temples and all. So, how does this Kalyug, talking in Kalyug perspective, does it get more worse than this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, It gets
Of
more
course.
worse than this, or is there a way? Because I see gurus like
So
you, and there are many. I mean, we're trying to pull things back and get it to the right frame of things. So,
I think we have 5,000 more years before everything goes really bad. So they say that
okay,
when Gangaji dries up, Ghor Kalyug will start.
like
Gangaji will
every
dry up. It is
Gangaji
already
will
drying
dry
up.
up. Yes,
She's
yes,
already
of
drying
course.
up. The glaciers have gone back. Like we can't do anything about it. That is Kalyug. That is the wheel of time. So things will get really bad where people are completely atheistic and they become absolutely selfish. And they'll fight because the resources will come low. It's all written about Bhavishya Puran. If you read Bhavishya Puran, you can know what will happen in the future.
Right. Uh, it sounds scary, but at the same time, I know like people like you and like you talked about Siddhas, they're working endlessly, endless hours to, get the culture back and get things right on track. What is it that we can do for it? What's for me, for my kids, my friends? I mean, what is it that at least we should start doing, the bare minimum?
It's scary for everyone, even the rishis. So the rishis got together and they created a space, which is a mental space.
Okay.
It is also a physical space in Uttar Pradesh. It's called Nemisharanya.
Name is
Very
Sharanya.
powerful place. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
forest, and
Okay.
there's a guardian of that forest, and you can't enter that forest unless your heart is pure. Because if you enter that forest without a pure heart, you'll go mad.
You said this
So a lot
is,
of people
where
have
is
gone
this
mad.
place?
Uttar Pradesh,
Uttar
Nemisharanya.
Pradesh. Oh, Nemi Sharanya. Okay.
So that's the physical
Interesting.
hub, but that is also a psychological space. So I teach my students how to enter into that psychological space. You know what is called good manners. That's all. If you have
You
good
explain
manners,
in two simple words. Such a nice thing you said. I mean, two good words, good manners, and this clears up your psychological space. Wow.
yes, it clears up all the misunderstandings and the lack of respect and that and this that's happening in your life and you're suffering. Nobody's happy. They got married to their 10 years. After 10 years of romance with their sweetheart, they got married and now they can't get along. So, nobody's really happy because they don't have manners. That's the only problem.
Uh,
So those who
so,
learn manners
hmm.
will get into the Nimisharanya space and they'll create happiness around them.
So Guruji, so you said there's already 5,000 years. So are we saying Ghor Kalyug is yet to start? Not started yet.
Yet to start, yeah, yet to start.
Yet to start.
5,000 is nothing, it'll come very soon.
And now that's one more thing that I really want to talk to you, and I think we can touch bases. Guruji, we were talking about good manners. Very interesting. So it sounded very simple, but I'm sure it's not as simple as these two words. So you said good manners is the first step to even be applicable, to put your application to be able to go in Nami Sharanya, that is the psychological space. So what does it? I'm sure it has a hidden meaning to it and much more to it.
No hidden meaning. It just means like, if you tell someone that you're going to be there, like, and you can't make it on time, tell them that why you're being delayed. Explain it. Things like that. Just I would call it the management of timelines.
Management of timelines. Oh, wow.
Yes, like the good management of timelines, no, which means you when you put something on your timeline with someone else, a timeline, let's call it agenda, simple word, agenda. Like just stick to the agenda.
Stick to the agenda.
That's all. Yeah,
All right.
don't make surprises. And if you're making surprises, explain why. You need to explain to everyone. Okay. So someone is talking to you, you're looking in your mobile phone. They're trying to put you on their timeline. They're trying to have an agenda with you, but you are not interested. That's not good manners. You should explain to them why.
Okay.
Or beggar is coming and banging on your door, like on your window when you're in a car. And I don't encourage begging. I think everybody needs to understand that they are powerful and they can work. So I tell them, no, I don't encourage this. But I don't like ignore them or look away. Like don't ignore people. It's not nice.
Don't ignore
So
people. Okay.
Don't ignore people. Deal with whatever is there in a proper way, in a fair manner. Fairness is also important. And to think, is it right or is it wrong, what I'm doing? That's good manners, I feel.
Great. So if I have to just sum up in few words, it would be um, adhere to good timelines, manage your timelines, uh, be responsive, be compassionate, be assertive. Yes, you don't have to ignore, but be assertive and give the right response.
Yeah.
Explain
Look
for your
for a
missus.
win-win. Look
Look
for
for
a
a
win-win,
win-win. Okay,
always.
all right. How bad is it going to get in Ghor Kalyug? Can you tell me a little more about it? I don't know why people are so much interested in, but yes, that's the interest. What is Ghor Kalyug?
Well, Kalyug, like I told you, it's around 10,000 years according to Krishna in the, I think, Uttar Gita. He has a conversation and he says that when the Ganga goes dry, Gaur Kalyug will start. And yeah, so it's not yet started. The Ganga is very much flowing.
Yeah,
We even
I would
concluded
pray.
one Mahakumbh got over at the banks of the Ganga.
Mahakumbh. Yes, thanks
But
to Ganga.
I think uh, it is a scary place, and the only people, the community that stays with manners is the ones who will share the limited resources during Gur Kalyug, and they'll be able to override it. They'll be
Okay.
able to come out. They'll be able to survive. So people have to learn to fast. They have to learn how to be without food. They have to learn to be without water, and they have to learn to be without sleep.
Meditating, being on fast, trying to be without food, trying to be without water. This is somewhere related to the preparedness of Ghor Kalyug as well,
I
because
mean, not
resources are
now. Now,
going to be short.
nobody alive now. If they're not a Siddha, they're not going to survive till the Gaur Kalyug. But already Kalyug has started, so it is pretty bad. The level of manners is quite low right now.
I think
So
me and the viewers will do our best to, get the right kind of manners out there. I mean, that's what I'm going to inculcate for sure.
you need two things. You need a deep. You need a, what I call a mirror, self-reflection. You need to know how you're turning out and how you're being perceived. You need to also know what others think of you. That's called empathy. Knowing what others think of you is called empathy, and knowing whether you're doing right or wrong is called a mirror, or you know dharma. We call it dharma. Dharma is to have empathy and a mirror. If you have empathy and a mirror, you'll do something called dharma.
If we have empathy and mirror, so we'll be on the path of dharma. That's a good takeaway.
You
Empathy
will be,
and
because you're
mirror.
saying the truth. Dharma is based on truth, satya, truth. So you'll say the truth to yourself. You won't misrepresent it. You'll have
Right.
something called a conscience that mirrors your conscience. Atma Sakshi.
But that Atma
So you need
Sakshi, we should be even able to recognize it now. We don't even understand it if there's the Atma Sakshi. And how do we even, see us in a
It's
mirror?
only an excuse. We can understand. Even a child knows. From inside, we get the feeling if we behaved rightly
Mm.
or wrongly. If a child is throwing a tantrum, I ask them, do you think you're doing the right thing? And they'll be like, no,
Mm.
Guruji. I mean, stop doing that. Everyone knows. Adults also throw tantrums. They don't have manners. Somewhere where to learn the world is not about me, 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 me. It's about us.
Mm.
It's not also about you, 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 you. People who go on serving others, they dry up and die.
Mm.
Healers, for example, they go on healing people and then they lose all their energy and they die.
It's like refueling yourself and then giving out, refueling yourself and giving out.
Yes, don't serve from empty, serve from the overflow. So you generate so much energy that you're overflowing with it and you use that to serve people.
And
Then you'll
take
be
it from
happy.
that source, the overflowing
Take it from
source.
the source. Take it from Devi herself. Yes.
Take it from Devi. Very interesting. How do we take it from Devi? Is there a simple formula?
I have a
Is
course
it
on
easily?
this. It's called Devi Sparsha. It's a
Okay.
5-day course. I made it so simple anyone can do. It's just a
Devi
5-day course.
Sparsha is the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 days. And what you're saying is that we can have the grace of Devi and we can. Sparsha means touch, literally. So are you saying we
Touch,
can feel
touch,
her
touch.
touch?
Yes, yes,
Is that so? Is it real?
yes. Yes, you feel it in your cells. You feel it in your bones. You know that she's there.
And that Sparsha eventually leads to
It
moksha
leads to
prapti.
mastery of the 5 elements. So you will not feel hot when the weather is hot. You'll not feel cold when the weather is cold.
Oh, oh.
I can sit like this even in the snow.
I was wondering, I mean, how the rishis in Himalaya, because everyone somehow, I'll talk about it more, so I don't know what is there about Himalayas, but yes, we go to different places, they are Siddhas, they are yogis,
Himalayas
but
is a tapasthal.
everyone has been to Himalayas, and everyone
Himalayas
is
is a
like you,
tapasthal. It is a tapasthal where a
tapasthal.
lot of rishis are meditating. They produce heat, and that heat can be sustained only in Himalayas. Like in South India, there are these siddhas. There was one siddha who was meditating, but he, instead of going to the mountain, he was meditating on the plains in a place called Irumbai in Tamil Nadu.
Rumbai,
And Irumbai.
Irumbai, okay.
Yes, it's in Tamil Nadu near Pondicherry. And he was meditating there, and everything started drying up because of his tapas.
Oh,
Like all the trees and crops and everything dried up, and people started dying. Then they managed to pray to him, and he realized in his astral world where he was, his body was here, but he was somewhere else. But he realized, I'm killing all these people, shit. Then he came back to his body, opened his eyes, he said, I'm sorry for this, I'll stop meditating now. So then, if he wasn't allowed to meditate and he didn't have the karmas to go to the mountain, so he sat there only. And one day there was a dance happening in Chidambaram. And the people, he actually, nobody gave him a place to stay, okay? Despite him being a Siddha, they were like, he's not well dressed, he hasn't bathed for days. I don't want him to stay with me. Nobody gave a place to stay except one dancer. She gave him a place to stay. And so he was staying there. And then people started spreading rumors that he's sleeping with her and all that. But he wasn't. He was just sleeping in her courtyard. And she said, I'm doing a performance. You want to come? He said, okay, I'll come. But then he saw in the performance, the dancer's gotten into Aikyata with Shiva. She's become one with Shiva. And when she was dancing, one of her anklets flew off. Then he went and he made her wear, he put the anklet back on her. Then people are like, see this Siddha, he's touching the dancer and all that. They started speaking bad about him. And he said, listen, I touched Shiva. Shiva had come into her body. So I put that anklet on her ankle because she's Shiva. Sorry, this is in Irumbai she was dancing, Irumbai temple, not Chidambaram, sorry. So when she was dancing in the Irumbai temple, then he said, listen, if I have done it out of lust or if I've done it out of some other feeling for this dancer and her body, then I ask Shiva to kill me right now. But if I have not done it because of that, then I said, show me a sign that I have not done it. And the Shivlingam split into two inside the temple. So everybody realized, wow, this guy is really connected with Shiva. So, but he said, you've treated me so badly. I stopped my meditation because of you guys. And I even prayed that you get rain and all of you now have crops and everybody is doing well. But you treated me so badly, so I'm going to curse you. This place is going to become like a desert. And then he walked off. And then they cried. They said, please, please, please. The king came running and he said, please don't curse us to be a desert. And he said, okay, I'll lessen the curse so that you suffer less. You'll suffer for a few 100 years. And then people from outside, foreigners will come and they will come and cultivate this and they'll make it a forest again. And that's exactly what happened. The mother of Aurobindo Ashram, she is a divine soul. She came there. She's French. And she came there.
Auroville village.
Yes, Auroville. Auroville is because of that. And Auroville people, there's one guy, I met him. He's really old now, but he's the one who made the forest.
Beautiful.
They reforested that place.
These are divine stories, I think, real stories, and it's so encouraging to hear them. And it is also sad to know that in every yuga, our gods, our siddhas, the people who are actually doing good for the society, they have to go through the toughest times. And I think what we will say, oh, that coffee was not good, that tea was not good, there was traffic on the road. silly problems like that, right?
When Siddhas take birth, they take a lot of karmas. Like Mahathar Babaji, my guru, he became a slave at the age of 3 or something. He was captured and sold, and so he had to work as a slave. My life has also been very tough. I was born in a slum. I had a really tough life. So I think Siddhas undergo that tough life so that they can uh, help others who have a tough life.
Absolutely. I think it's because of your tapas only you are able to change others. It starts within you and it reflects so much because it's people say that, be blessed, have a jodi like Ram and Sita, but being Ram means going to exile for 14 years, being able to live
Yeah.
without
Like
your wife
the
forever.
Avatar Purush. Yeah. Like whose life was easy? Kamsa was trying to kill Krishna even before he was born.
Before he was born, he was being tried to kill.
Before he was born,
Absolutely.
he was waiting. He had captured Devaki, put her in a jail, and
Yes, I think that's
his
why they
mother.
are
He had
gods.
captured his mother, put her in a jail, and so many things had to happen. Then she had to transfer Krishna's embryo from her womb into Yashoda's womb so that she can go and have Krishna in a safe place.
So are we okay? That this is very interesting, and this brings me. I don't know. I'm seeing movies or I'm reading. Is it going to be tough for Kalki Avatar to be born also? I mean, like it was so tough for Krishna being born in jail and then being transferred from Mathura to Bridge. Is I right? To Gokul over there.
Yeah,
And
Gokul.
is it?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
it's not going to be easy for Kalki as well.
I mean, he
If
has
I
his
go to
own
the story.
challenges, but it's not going to be like this because Shambhala is a very protected place.
I hope, I don't know if even we'll be living, we would be there probably in some form or the other
No, it's going to
to
take
witness that.
around. It's going to take around 4 lakh years for him to be born. Still, like, no, four
Yeah,
lakh 30,000 years. For Kalyug is 4 lakh 35,000 years. Only 5,000 years is over, and he comes towards the end of Kalyug.
right. Just to finish everything off
Yeah, but
and
meanwhile,
restart
that
everything.
work is being done by us, by the Siddhas. We are here to create dharma, to teach
Great.
dharma. If you teach dharma, you'll teach artha, kama, and moksha also. Everything. If dharma is there, everything happens naturally. Artha means wealth. There are no poor siddhas.
There are no poor
There are
siddhas. Wow,
siddhas
that's fine.
who prefer not to have money. Okay, I have one more siddha guru. He stays in Pondicherry, but he prefers not to be rich. He stays in a really tiny house with his whole family. Like,
So it's like attracting Lakshmi. She'll come automatically like that.
yeah, so Lakshmi is not just money, right?
Health,
Lakshmi
wealth,
is
prosperity.
every kind of wealth. Yeah, there's no unhealthy siddha like siddha dying of disease. Doesn't happen.
Very interesting. Yeah, I think that's the basic thing we can, ask for everyone,
You
at least
can
a good health.
if you want to know if someone was a siddha or not, you see how he died. Siddhas will just vanish.
So, Guruji, yes, you did talk about Devi Sparsha. That's how to feel the goddess and her touch. Any last word for our people over here? Quickly, at least something, 5 minutes they can do daily.
Yes, of course. You wake up in the morning, greet the sun, and just join your hands and look at the sun and make a prayer because that's Devi already coming to you. There's the moon. She also comes as the moon. The sun and the moon are the two eyes of Kali. So
Okay. So
you
it's like
just
that,
make sure that you
at least wake up
yeah,
and pray
and
to the sun, Lord. That's the first source of energy that
every
you're so feeling.
fire is the third eye of Kali. So you use fire to cook your food every day. Make a prayer.
Right. Beautiful.
Even if you don't know any Sanskrit, you say, I don't know. You know, the Kurgis in Karnataka, uh, the Kodavas, the English used to call them Kurgis. There's a place called Kodagu,
Okay.
it's very close to my house. And these people have a beautiful prayer. They say, I don't know Veda, I don't know Purana, I don't know anything, but please make it rain this time. Give
How
us good rain.
sweet.
And immediately after that prayer, it rains and all the crops do well.
So it comes from here and it's heard.
They've never had a drought. No drought in Coorg ever.
I I mean this, I don't know. I'm thinking this like somewhere, because I'm reading this book right now. It's a coming, Gita for kids. So I read it out to my daughter. She doesn't understand, but I'm trying to make sense out of it. So it talks about different kind of ways how you can attain God, right? Your karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and two more. I'm not remembering them right now. But like you said, I think there's many ways to know God, because like you said, people don't know prayer. It's just that from utter pure intention and love, they're saying, God, please give me rain. And it works. And it's like,
And it works.
and it works. And I'm here in Jaipur. In Rajasthan, there's a story famous of Mirabai ji, 16th century. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she got
Yes,
married
yes.
very early, Bal Vivaha, and her husband died. And I don't think she was very learned or something, but the most famous poet and the one who saw, I mean, purely through love, probably she didn't know any Vedas or anything, not that literate, but she got God. So
She used to literally dance with Krishna
she
as a
danced with
gopi.
Krishna. So I think knowledge is one way, love is the ultimate way, bhakti is one way, yoga is one way. There are many ways to attain him. So he said that you just come to me, whatever path you want to take it. Is that a
I
correct
think the
statement? I
best
don't know.
is no, throw all the knowledge and be innocent, yeah, like a child. Then the mother will always take care of you. She took care of asuras also in Shivpuri, which is it's mentioned in the Shivpura. Shivpuri is near Rishikesh.
Yes, yes. We went for rafting over there.
Two asuras were doing this yagna, and they wanted Ma to come in her sakshat roop, like in her real form. And she was not coming because these are asuras. They're up to no good. If they get a boon, they'll just destroy. That's all they know to do. So she didn't go. For some 3,000 years they prayed. They did all the rituals. They did everything. They did everything according to the tantras correctly. They did. Ma didn't go. But at one point, one asura said, "Ma, why you're not coming?" He just said that out of emotion, out of innocence.
Um,
Said, "I'm calling you so much. Why you're not coming?" Then she came. She came as Kali, and her temple is there where she came.
wow,
It's called um, Jayantapuri Mata,
beautiful.
and it's a very powerful place. It's not popular place, but during the Navratri, it's full. Everybody comes there. Otherwise, it's
Beautiful.
up in the mountains, so very rarely people go there.
Great. Guruji, this conversation has been highly enlightening and empowering. And I somehow, sitting over here itself, feel a little bit tinge of Shakti in me. I'm sure people who will follow the path, I don't know, she can do anything, right? She's the mother of the universe. So I don't even know that if we even have the capacity to, carry her in us completely. I think we'll have to be
Oh, why
formless.
not? Why not? She lives inside us as Kundalini Shakti. She's in us.
Yeah,
She's at the base of our spine. When she
right, right.
awakens, each chakra is like a changing room. She keeps changing into 9 different forms until she reaches Shiva, who's here on top of your head. So we have the power to embody both Shiva and Shakti.
Beautiful.
We are all Ardhanari. We have both Shiva and Shakti within us.
We are both Ardhanarishwar. I think that's a very important
We,
thing that you said, Guruji, that we all are Ardhanarishwar. We just, always identify females as different, males are different, but it's like you totally embody both energies in yourself, both masculine and feminine.
yes,
Wow. I'm
Sthula
sure
and
going
Sukshma
to,
both are there.
I'm going to go ahead with this program for Devi Sparsha, and I encourage all my viewers to go ahead with it. Thank you so much, Guruji. It's been a
Thank you.
blessing talking to you.